According to Oleg Bushrodov, Deputy Minister of the Russian Ministry of Industry and Trade, pilots should learn not only how to operate aircraft, but also learn how to repair them and act as mechanics. The minister made these remarks during the Eastern Economic Forum, adding that Russian pilots should be universal soldiers. Let's unpack this in today's video. While making a presentation during the Eastern Economic Forum, Oleg Bushrodov made a statement that has been met with skepticism and criticism. In a report by local media outlet Reuters, Bosharov said, "Together with the Ministry of Transport, we should train and certify pilots as universal fighters. They should be pilots and aircraft technicians at the same time, and the equipment should provide for the possibility of field repairs in operation." According to a Telegram channel, Bosharov's statements refer mainly to the pilots of regional aviation, but they are eyebrow-raising nonetheless. Russia is looking to launch a fundamentally new system of maintaining the airworthiness of new types of domestic regional aircraft in the country. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the local aviation industry has had to look inwards to bypass Western sanctions. For instance, Russia is set to invest $14.5 billion in its aviation industry to reduce its dependence on Western manufacturers. It is looking to decrease its reliance on imports for aircraft production. There's a little more to the story regarding the remarks, because according to Bosharov, some aircraft will be modular, allowing pilots to replace parts and change the cabin's configuration by themselves. This system would be introduced on the Baikal, a future single-engine turboprop intended to replace the Antonov AN-2. The remarks by Bosharov were met with concern from some within the Russian aviation industry. Oleg Bushrodov, the vice president of the Union of Flight Personnel of Russia and acting pilot, doubted the effectiveness of the initiative. He said that pilots and technicians are two completely different professions. Pilots are allowed to do some forms of maintenance. For instance, they participate in the pre-flight checklists. However, more complex work must be done in consultation with real engineers, Bushrodov added. But full-fledged aircraft maintenance requires a separate education, so this proposal of the Ministry of Industry and Trade is unrealistic. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the domestic airline industry has also begun certain controversial practices. For instance, Russian pilots were reportedly advised to use the brakes less in order to preserve the pads. They also have to be careful with other parts of an aircraft that are difficult to replace. Like the North Central Institute wrote last year, in the aviation industry, most mechanics aren't pilots, and most pilots aren't mechanics. Both see an aircraft in different but valuable ways, and their teamwork and expertise are what keep planes in the air. Nonetheless, having a pilot that is also a mechanic can help because, for instance, they are more likely to be much more detailed when writing up their gripe sheets or logbook entries. But that is one thing, and it's another entirely different thing to substitute aviation mechanics with pilots who do both jobs simultaneously. So, do you think pilots should also be mechanics? Let us know in the comments. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.